Hi, you winners, and welcome to a Twine game. I think I'll stop off on the way. Now, Twine games are basically interactive fictions, so I'll be clicking words and sentences or options even, because I'll get the option between like two different routes, and it'll change the ending in theory. So I've done one of these before. I'll put a link in the description with the one that I did with River. But otherwise, this will be the second one I've ever done. I am not good at reading. I am dyslexic, so I will try my best to make this as easy as possible for you guys and not really painful. But on top of that, I'll also put a link in the description if you guys want to click on it yourselves and do the other options yourselves, because it is free to do. So I would say free to play, but it's not really playing. So I think I'll stop off on the way. You were driving at 2 a.m. and had been for hours, far longer than you should have done. You were tired, hungry, couldn't even remember the name of the conference you were supposed to be at today, rather. And then you saw a service station. And the car park was completely empty, but then it was the early hours after all. You parked across 2 spaces. You stepped out and chilly air rushed into your lungs and darted over your skin. It wasn't a large building and looked a little bit shabby. The big doors looked into a seating area, and you saw no customers. The car park is car park like a parking lot? Is that what they mean? Okay, I'm just wondering. Car park was vast, oversized for a place like this. Not even a kebab van. Empty, under the lights of the service station, which replaced the moon tonight. You put your hands in your pockets to keep them warm, and a thought crossed your mind. Is this really my coat? Wait, what? What do you mean, is this really your coat? Well, of course it is. Whose else could it belong to? Now, you're in the foyer. All the lights in the building are on, but there don't seem to be any customers, sales assistants, shop holders, or anyone else around. But the hot plates at the restaurant are steaming away. The bookshop looks neat, and the arcade is flickering in confident neons. The only other thing off is the toilets. Why would you know? The toilet door is barred over with nailed-up wood, an odd contrast to the gleaming white plastic covering every other surface. You suddenly realize you haven't had a piss for several hundred miles. You have to get in there, or you could just go outside. I mean, if there's no one around and it's dark, you have to get in there. There's the arcade, there's also a restaurant, and there's a bookshop. Toilet doors barred up. So what do we want to do? Let's go to the arcade. Gaming, guys. Fucking do it. It's a dark room filled with flickering cabinets. Games cabinets? Is that supposed to be 2 S's? A screen on the left catches your eye because you recognize yourself. You seem to be older than you think you currently are. Standing next to some sort of monarch with blue skin and black eyes, in a building whose architecture makes your eyes hurt. You're wearing utterly alien clothes, and are holding a clipboard, and whispering to this unusual monarch. You look more closely at the monarch, and realize with a chill that you recognize him. The screen abruptly turns off. There's a piece of metal on the ground. On one side is filed and sharp. You look at it. You think about not picking it up, but it makes you feel nauseous. You pick up the blade. You turn back. It would be a bad idea to go back into the arcade. Why? Because of the monarch thing? Oh god. There's also a restaurant and a bookshop. You've got a blade. So I guess food maybe. It's a cheap-looking place with a long counter of metalware for holding hot food. There's a full trough of pale beans. They float in gray sauce, ew, and seem to turn of their own accord. On the undersides of some of them, they are tiny, spindly legs. Ew! Okay, so they're things, not beans. There is a screw here. It draws your hand to it like a magnet. You pick it up. You turn back. So now we have a blade and a screw. Okay, it'd be a bad idea to go back in the restaurant. What happened? So we totally can, but it says that it would be a bad idea, so I'm going to avoid it. Let's go in the bookshop. It's a typical high street sort of bookshop, selling magazines and chocolate too. You pick up an old brown book. The first page has your name on it, in careful calligraphy. Oh, that was one sentence, my bad. Then the pages after have photographs of you from social media, shots that you've always been particularly pleased with. Then one of them catches your eye. It's a particularly nice one from a holiday. You can't remember which, but the weather was nice that day. Why did it catch your eye? It's not a particularly good one. You don't even recall posting it online. You didn't get it. You didn't post it online. The next page is similar, and the next. This book is long. There's a piece of smooth wood on the ground, like a handle. You reach out to it, and something at the back of your mind nods, and you pick it up. Turn back. We're ready. So we have a screw, a blade, and a handle. So we're going to try and break into the toilets? What the fuck are we doing? Okay, you take the items from your bag and put them together with a sort of cold lucidity. It's because you're tired, and you really need the loo. You slot the blade into the handle, twist the screw in with your fingers. It's not perfect. You sight up the wooden boards on the toilet door and raise the axe. We had an axe? What the hell am I doing? You bring it down and it cleaves through, leaving an indent in the door itself. You pull the axe back again. What the actual hell am I doing? You chop twice more, and the boards fall away. It's a good job no one's around. You mean good thing? They'd probably think you were some sort of irresponsible lunatic. You pull the door open. Structurally, it's an ordinary public restroom. The wall tiles are all off-white. The floor is black lino. You go for a cubicle, but as you try each one along the row, it's clear they're all locked. Then one door swings open. Oh, I don't want to click this. What's going to happen? Normally, Twine games don't have sound, but it's still creepy. There's a gaping black hole in the floor. It's so dark you can't tell the depth by any stretch of the imagination. It's the chill and the smell of the wet rock that tells you. You take a penny from your pocket and drop it in. You hear it fall onto rock, but you can still see it falling. You want to jump in. No, you don't. But you do, actually. No, of course you don't. That would be mad. But it's not mad. It's the right thing to do. How is it the right bloody thing to do? You're getting out of here. No, you aren't. Yes, you are. And you're back in the car park. The axe is gone. Your coat is gone. And once you get in the car, you are gone. What? What does that mean? The end. A short story. I think I'll stop off on the way. So we left. There wasn't many options. The only option was to go back into the areas you're not supposed to. Which I'm kind of curious as to what happens if you do. Guys, should I go see? I'm going to go see. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to refresh the page, because that's the only way I can think of to do it. It's a short story by Pirate Scarfy. Thank you, Pirate Scarfy. Scarfy? Yeah, I said that right. I think. Well, hopefully the internet won't fail me now. Let's go back into the arcade. Oh, I was really hoping it would kill us. So I guess this isn't one with a lot of options. I know the one that me and River played. Again, I'll put a link in the description. There was quite a few options. We had only gone with the one that we had chosen because the story, I believe, was a lot longer. Or at least it felt a lot longer. This one felt pretty short. So the other one we played had different endings, or at least you could pick a different order to go in and it would affect other things. So I kind of like these Twine games. If you guys know of some good ones, I wouldn't mind reading them for you guys. They're really kind of cool. But let me know if you guys enjoyed this. It's basically creepypastas and creepy, scary stories. I wouldn't mind doing them, but that is completely up to you guys. I know I'm not the best storyteller. I know that I fuck up words a lot and I fuck up my sentences a lot, but I do try. So let me know what you guys thought. Put a like if you did, and also comment saying what your opinion was. And I will see you guys in the next game that I play or the next thing that I read. So hope you guys have a neat life, and I'll see you then. So keep winning, guys. Bye.